To this now, the Griquas in Griqualand West are celebrating 204 years of the Waterboer leadership. King JJ Waterboer, a direct descendant of Andries Waterboer, will address the Griquas and share insights about the remarkable legacy of the Waterboer leadership. Now, this legacy includes the preservation of the Griqua identity, advocacy for indigenous rights, community development, and the annexation of Griqualand West. And for more on this, let's now welcome SABC News reporter Ulrich Hendriks. Ulrich, a very good morning to you. How are proceedings at Griqualand West?
Hi, good morning, Alicia. Well, they have just started. We can hear traditional songs and dance ringing out from the hall where celebrations are being held. But this, of course, a celebration of the Griqua nation. Of course, they are the original descendants of Europeans and Khoi people from the then Cape Province, not really welcomed in the European side of their family or the Khoi side of the family, and so a bunch of them trekked north towards the Orange River, came to settle in places like Griquas, Campbell, and as far as Namibia, what is now known as Namibia. And so today they are basically littered all across South Africa. But you know, in terms of the rich history of the Griqua people, there's no better place than Griquas, named after that nation. But let's talk to John Reed, one of the community members. John, tell us, in terms of today, you know, what are you celebrating? What are you looking forward to?
Yes, Ulrich, we are celebrating today 200 years of Griqua leadership. We're celebrating today and recognize through the years, through the decades, and it's about 2 centuries now, we pay tribute to all the leaders, the Griqua leaders that has led this glorious Griqua nation up until today.
And we're looking back in terms of the 2 centuries, but we're also looking forward in terms of what's going to happen with the Griqua nation from now on.
Yeah, we're very optimistic. Where we are today, if we look back, then and where we want to be in the future, we only have to look back the progress that our leaders has achieved in the past and where we are today. In as much as we feel that we are being marginalized in consecutive governments in the Republic of South Africa, we feel that today is the beginning of a new unity. Today is the beginning of a new era of Griqua leadership. We are convinced that the path forward will be a better one than was before. It was good, but now it's better, and the best is yet to come for the Griqua people.
Now, John, we have the Khoi and San traditional leadership bill. Your king not yet recognized. There's still a couple of steps that need to be taken. Tell us, how far is that process in recognizing your leaders?
We are, since last year, we've been embarking on a process of unity. That's the only way how recognition will come, because if a people is divided, we can understand that there will always be problems, there will be problems of disunity, and we're working very hard towards unity. This is just the beginning today in recognition for our people and leadership. And as well, without unity, we won't be able to progress in whatever we want to achieve. So this is just the beginning, like I said. And within the next couple of months, you will totally see, it will be known what we are going to do to achieve that unity. And where unity is, there is strength. And where there is strength, there's recognition.
Now, John, culture also a very important aspect of this. We've seen quite a number of, you know, old cultural activities like the Macy in the Hawk, where, you know, being revived. You know, how is that process? What are you looking at? Especially Tiri, which is a language that is also, you know, on the brink of extinction.
Yeah, starting with the language issue. as we know that through the years from previous governments in South Africa, like I said earlier, we were portrayed as a people that do not exist anymore, but we do exist. But because of that, we were subjected to the curriculums of consecutive governments, and the primary language for the Griqua people was basically Afrikaans. And in the process, our language and to speak our language, the whole process made it like that our language actually, the spoken language diminished, and it has disappeared from our ears. But fortunately, there's a remnant of people that can still speak the language, and we are in the process of reviving that. A people cannot be a people without a language. A people cannot be a people without a culture. So we will revive that. We will go to our different institutions of learning. We will have cooperation in all aspects of governance to help promote our culture. Not just that because our culture is a culture that is alive. A culture must be alive to survive. And definitely we are going to work hard on that. And people will know that the Griqua people is what they literally say in Afrikaans is a canny do it. We are still here. We have not perished. We are here.
Thank you very much, John Reid, of course, a member of the Griqua community, of course, talking about efforts to revive not only the language but also the culture of the Griqua people. A lot of the last 5 or 10 years, we've seen some of the cultural practices, that almost became extinct, being sort of revived and, being brought into mainstream communities where Griqua people reside. But also clearly the language that was spoken in the olden days by the Griqua people, also efforts there to bring back that language and to bring it up to a standard where it's not only spoken but also being read and written. And of course, festivities here will take place for the rest of the day, Alicia. And celebrations in terms of the cultural aspect of it. As you can hear at the background, they're singing, they are dancing, and it should be a very colorful day. Alicia?
Mm-hmm. But I mean, Ulrich, are there actual plans, further collaborations with government as well as other preservation bodies, cultural preservation bodies, in the preservation as well as recognition of their culture as well as language?
So Alicia, you're breaking up, but under the Khoi and San traditional leadership bill, they have about a couple of years now to basically, trace the lineage of the people who claim to be leaders of the Griquas, of the Khoi San, or so. And then to get signatures and then to make formal applications in terms of those leaders who say that they are the leaders of the various tribes that fall under the Khoi and San traditional leadership bill. So that So that is still ongoing, and we'll likely see in the next couple of years, in the next 3 to 5 years, some of the Khoi and San leaders, kings, traditional leaders, senior traditional leaders being, recognized officially by the government here.
Thank you so much to SABC News senior reporter there, Ulrich Hendriks.